Good evening and welcome to Persepctives Daily. I'm Noel Okel. From the Pope's daily Mass at Casa Santa Marta this morning, the Holy Father reflected on two types of unity in his homily. One he calls true unity and the other false unity.
E anche in una misura più ristretta succede lo stesso nelle nostre comunità parrocchiali, per esempio.
False unity, the Pope said, leads to division. It's an exploitation of people because it converts them into an anonymous mob.
E incominciano a sparlare di quello e fanno una unità finta per condannarlo, si sentono sicuri e lo condannano.
This, he said, is a dynamic beneath condemnation, calumny, or defamation. Even at the parish level, when two or three people begin to criticize another and talk behind the person's back, they create a false unity to condemn. In this way, gossip is a behavior that kills because it destroys people, it destroys reputation. Let's think of the greatness, the Pope concluded, of the vocation to which we are all called, to be one with Jesus and the Father. Diplomats have the duty to uphold human rights for all people, especially those fleeing their countries due to war, poverty, and environmental challenges. That was a message the Holy Father gave to the new ambassadors of the Holy See as he welcomed them to Rome today.
Tale problema ha una dimensione intrinsecamente etica.
The issue of migration, the Pope said, has an intrinsically ethical dimension that transcends national borders and narrow concepts of security and self-interest.
Nonostante la complessità e la delicatezza delle questioni politiche e sociali implicate,
none of us can ignore our moral responsibility to challenge the globalization of indifference that all too often looks the other way, he said. The Pope's comments came in a speech welcoming new ambassadors to the Vatican from Tanzania, Lesotho, Pakistan, Mongolia, Denmark, Ethiopia, and Finland. Also from Rome today, the Vatican released an important document entitled in English, Economic and Financial Questions. The 15-page document that was presented at a press conference calls for more market and financial regulation, saying that recent economic crises prove that markets are not able to govern themselves and need a strong injection of morality and ethics. The document also urges that universities and business schools need to educate the next generation of business leaders about ethics and not just profits. Focusing on profits and not the greater good is illegitimate. It condemns a reckless and immoral culture of waste. It has marginalized great masses of the world's population, depriving them of decent labor and leaving them without means of escape. Now, the document also expresses regret over what it calls a failed opportunity to correct the failings within the world's economic financial system. If you want the real well-being of humanity, then money must serve and not rule. And finally, tonight, we continue to follow the abortion referendum story in Ireland as the country prepares to vote next week on whether or not to open the floodgates to abortion access. Irish Bishop Kevin Doran is predicting that the referendum will be a close vote. In a recent interview with Vatican News, he described how many people, both young and old, in his diocese are very much engaged in the ongoing debate and are going door to door to campaign for a no vote.
I don't think any life should be taken away from anybody. My sister was suggested to be aborted, and now she's fine, just a normal girl going to school.
I think the way we can all live together and all work together is talking about better supports for our women in Ireland. We should be talking about perinatal hospice care, adoption services, financial support for women, better childcare services, all these things that can unite us in a positive, life-affirming way. That's what we should be talking about, not whether we should remove the right to life for unborn children.
Abortion, the bishop said, is always an emotional and divisive issue. But at the same time, there's also a deep concern over the long-term moral and legal implications, rather, of this referendum if a majority vote favors or of lifting the constitutional ban on abortion. And when asked about why there are still so many undecided voters at this time, the bishop said that there's a lot of bullying going on. This has led many young people to keep quiet about their pro-life views during this campaign. But it's becoming increasingly clear, he said, that a lot of Irish people have serious reservations about what the government is proposing, and this referendum will be a lot closer vote than many expect. And that is all that we have time for today. Join us again on Monday when I bring you more news and stories through the perspectives of a Catholic lens. I'm Noel Okel, and thank you for joining us.